This is another whole passage question, and this is extremely rare that we have 3 big picture, main idea, whole passage questions for just one passage, so it's unusual. I think it's obvious that it's about the whole passage, so we would know to skip it at first. And then once we do all the other questions, we're going to get a much better sense of why is she using we, who is she referring to. So this just reminds me that if we can get good at knowing what's what on an SAT, what kinds of questions we're dealing with, we know what to do with those questions. So if you knew to skip this, you're going to be better off answering it at the end. So we're also going to look at some strong words here. I think that the word need in both choices B and D is a problem. Need is a very strong phrase. It means need, right? Like she's talking about we and she's talking about women as she's doing that, right? So we can get that definitely from context. It comes up again and again. That should not have been hard for you to find that she's talking about women. So women need, or she uses we mainly to advance the need for candor among women. So women need to do something. That's a hard thing for me to want to pick. I would need to really be careful with what we're talking about here. And so she's not saying that women need to respect each other. She's never really questioning whether they do or not. That's not really her topic here. Candor is a harder word. It's a good word to know. I would say it's an academic SAT word, one that you should be familiar with. And candor means like openness or honesty. So she's not saying that women are lying to each other and they need to stop doing that. So that word also is a problem. But honestly, the word need is enough for me to just be very nervous about choices B and D. Let's look at A and C. It's to reflect the growing friendliness among a group of people, okay, or establish a sense of solidarity among a group of people. Well, is she really saying women just need to be friendly with each other? I don't think so. Again, she's not complaining that they're not nice to each other. But she is talking about women as a group needing to think and to think about how they are going to act in society. And so it's much more about solidarity. It's about women as a group making decisions and thinking about their role and being ready for the changes that are coming. That's hard, I guess. So that's why, for me, like if you had just straight up asked me, why does she use we in this passage? I don't know that I'd be able to give you a good answer. But luckily I don't need to, because there are 4 choices, and by putting them next to each other and really just like comparing them, C is the winner. And that's a lot of what process elimination is. Sometimes we know something is totally wrong, like B or D, and we can eliminate it. Other times we need to kind of put 2 choices that seem similar next to each other, and then ask ourselves, like, well, there must be a difference. There can't be 2 right answers. So what is the difference? Is this really more about friendliness between people or solidarity? Hopefully you see, okay, no, she just means like from a kind of political standpoint, women have to start thinking together about what they're going to do as the world changes. It's not just about being nice to each other. It's about bigger, broader issues. But yeah, this would be the last question I would do for this passage because I would have done all the others beforehand. Make sure you follow that because I do think this is easier having done everything else that came before it.